Hi, welcome back. This is HRU Speaks, and this is going to be another journal excerpt. Okay, so if you're new here, thanks for coming, and if you're old, thanks for returning. Before we get started, just in case you're new, I want to explain. Um, these are my journal entries. These are like downloads, dreams, whatever I get, I jot it down and then I sort it out and I put it in a way to present it to you. And so these are my journal entries, okay? And so in these entries, I may call out dates, I might call out time frames, I could call out months, numbers. And so these numbers could be birthdays, these could be people specific birthdays. These could be, when, it could be addresses. It could be numbers in a phone number. It could be um, area codes, time frames. And it's only information to help you be able to decipher if it resonates with you. Okay. So, and if it don't resonate, don't make it fit. It may not be your situation. It's a lot, other people watching. So, only take what resonates with you, and I put so much detail into it so you'll know, if it could possibly be your story or not. All right. So we're gonna get started, right? So someone could have decided to do something different when it comes to a family or vice versa. This is a family asking or telling them to do something different. For some, this could concern a short trip or travel. For others, they could be thinking or deciding if a family is or still what they want. In some cases, the family could want this person. They could not want this person going to see a certain person or traveling in a certain area or vice versa. This person isn't interested in dealing with a person whom their family prefers, or they have mixed feeling when it comes to traveling to a particular place. Saturday, a Virgo and or a Pisces could be significant. All right, if a Virgo is significant, this person could be going through a lot, whether personally, financially, or both. If the family is the issue, if money is the issue, I'm sorry, the short trip could put them in a bind, and they could feel they could feel or they could feel like it will, even if this is for family. All right. So the next scenario is someone could want to reach out and connect with another, but they could be scared and nervous. This person could have disappeared or ghosted a person to go get their affairs in order. And although they haven't been physically there, they've been watching a person from the background, and they could be interested in dating them or taking them on a date or trip somewhere or vice versa. They have been watching that person get themselves together, and now they are interested. A sneaky link, age 30 to 39, the beach, and or a twin flame or soulmate could be significant. All right, a person could be losing a job because of a drug test and or a habit. If this person works around like pharmaceuticals or drugs or whatever, either this person or other people have been stealing, which causes this drug test and or a firing spree. Okay, so a company could have been watching for months now and realize it's more than one person, whether they're working together or as individuals. Another scenario could involve them stealing funds, for some, so much so that a company had no choice but to get rid of some people because they didn't have the budget to maintain. If a person gets caught in the crossfire, no worries, a better job is around the corner. Curly hair, the medical field, a program, an incentive, a bus, a bonus, unemployment, and or a water sign could be significant. That's a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. All right. Somebody could be letting a person know that they're not their type. Either this person is gay or the other person is. They could have explored some things because they was under the influence. They could be chopping it up as an experience, but it's not their cup of tea. All right. Saturday, a fireman, a firewoman, a little D energy, a stud, and or yellow could be significant. If a person could if a person could I'm sorry, a person could be finding out that they're not the father, or a person isn't pregnant. For some, this person can't have kids. For most, this person was born a man. Both people involved could be feeling guilty because of what they attempted to do to another person outside of this situation. The person outside could have spoke on it and told the truth. The person not pregnant could have been guilty, and in an effort to save themselves, they could have talked bad, made up rumors, lied, and or accused this person of doing some type of black magic on them. However, this person could have been the one doing the magic themselves. All right, they could have lied about being pregnant because they felt like other people was they felt like this other person was losing interest, or if this is not a not the father situation, the real if this is a not the father situation, the real father is someone that they didn't really know that well. For some, this could have occurred while another person was in jail. This person in jail could want to reach out to the person who told the truth. um they could want to come to an understanding. Either they wanted to have some type of like, bedroom action experience with this particular person, and it was blocked, or they blocked this from happening to this person that was telling the truth. Okay, and or this could have been like outside people throwing salt on a person's name to stop this person from being interested in this person, possibly this fake baby mama, or vice versa. They was doing this to the truth teller. Side note: one or both of these people could be reaching out to the person telling the truth, asking to come to an understanding. For most, they would like them to stop talking about it, and or this is someone else who was affected by the situation, asking a person to let it go. A biracial woman, a trans woman, a black man, a white man, a short man. February: Aquarius, Pisces, yellow, a water sign. Tuesday: a drunk takes a call, a Rolls Royce, blonde hair. October: Libra, Scorpio, June, Gemini, Cancer. The fall: Sab, military, Twitter, black, jail, Kia, last month, being engaged, a Tesla truck, and or a twin flame, a soulmate could be significant. A situation could have occurred where a person was sexually assaulted by another. Afterwards, the guilty person could have told this person it was because they was under the influence, and they could have bribed or paid them to keep quiet about it. Even after that they continued to do it, or they stopped, but they still like watched and lurked at this person. And in both scenarios, this person wants more. This person now wants more. They could want to be with this person, or vice versa. Okay, in some cases, the other person continued to go along with it because of money. Others could no longer want to, or they never did, and they could be deciding to tell it. This could be their saving grace because this person could be dangerous. Others, this could come out through a person's diary, church, or a journal. Another scenario is a person battling with an addiction. They could have been cleaning themselves up and doing good. Either they have a weak moment, or get triggered, and or they could have got triggered, and they could be thinking about returning to deal with a person who is a them. And this is a person who is struggling, who needs or this is a person who's struggling that needed a helping hand. So basically, you got three scenarios here. One is somebody, pretty much like grooming somebody, and it's saying them to the point where now the person that was the victim is now, they okay with it, or is on the flip side and they never was okay with it. They just, they just scared. Then the second one is somebody with an addiction. They could have been dealing with a person because of their addiction, and this person could have been feeding their addiction, and they is a them, they took advantage of them, over this addiction. And then another one is somebody going to a person for money and asking for money, and then that person doing it. Okay, so either way, the attacker could now be stalking a person, or they have started back, because now they want to be with this person. Okay, or vice versa, the one they attacked, they could, you know so on the flip side, a person could be stalked. On the flip side, a person could be being stalked by a person that desires to be with them. This could be someone else's boyfriend, their boyfriend, or ex. They should be careful and be watchful. A water sign could be significant. Side note: when it comes to these scenarios, there could be a need for a person to let this go, or they may have no choice. Morning and an Aries could be significant. Wednesday, a white woman, a Ferrari, a sports car, chocolate, Geo, a earth sign, a traveler, 70 to a person that was born between 70 or 79, or this is an age. A Cadillac, a person or situation being blocked, Aquarius, a Pisces, a February, October, Libra, Scorpio, a Mercury, a niece or a niece's best friend. Sunday, a church service, or a revival, being mature for a person's age, a Cancer, a slim frame boyfriend, a Toyota, the color red, tall, a friends with benefit, the country and or like a wooded area, age 60 to 69 or being born during those years, a low fade and or a sad neighbor could be significant. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next um journal piece here, and so okay. So it says a person could be telling a person that they are not a type, they are interested, or they wasn't. They could have been trying to spare a person's feelings. For some, when they pursued a person, it was because they was under the influence. It was a bet or another person sent them, and or they was there for the benefits and or convenience. There could be someone around this person listening and or eavesdropping when it's happened, and they could be happy, relieved, and or feeling like they got some type of victory. On the flip side, this person could know that they are listening, eavesdropping, and they tell this other person this to satisfy their ego. They take the heat off them and or to throw them off. But deep down, they don't mean it. They're just putting on the show. A white man, a big mama chocolate, a sugar mama, preferring one person over another, someone being obsessed, someone in school, a money situation, a earth sign loosey goosey. Now my words, but not my description. This is what I got. Don't shoot the messenger. All right, a highly attractive person, somebody in an unhappy relationship or situationship, a positive person or energy, a spiritual or religious person, and or holding a position, a homebody, a clubber or partier, a Chevrolet, Genesis, Cadillac, somebody with no kids, somebody being abused, tattoos, specifically of children or the little baby angels, what those cherubims, however you see it, the baby angels, okay. The fifth, the seventh, heavy emphasis on the eighth. Um, yeah, heavy emphasis on the eighth, okay. The ninth or the seventh through the ninth. The 17th, the 18th, the 23rd, the 26th, the 27th, January, February, March, January through March, October, December, 1970, 84, 89, 97, 2023. Okay, all elements were present, all the signs was present, but there was a heavy emphasis on earth and water signs. A Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces, Aquarius, Aries, a Ford, and or a Buick could be significant. All right, and this doesn't have to necessarily also be. I just want to point out this don't have to necessarily also be a romantic situation. This could be like a friend group, like people around, like say the majority don't really like a person, and so because the majority don't really like a person and they talk trash about a person, then another person around, they may not feel like that about that person. Like they might actually like that person, but to fit in with the crowd, they just say whatever to make somebody to make them feel like they with them. So anywho, okay. So the next one is someone could have let small hangups and or pride stop them from pursuing and or working it out with a person. When they finally decide to take a chance, it could be too late. A person could be gone or disappear. Afterwards, this could eat at them, and they could feel guilty because in some cases they let other people influence their decisions. For a few, this could result in a missed opportunity or an ending of a relationship. However, in the midst of of trying to fill this void, they could meet somebody. They could meet someone, whether this is platonic or romantic. These two could hit it off. The second scenario could be a person pretending like everything is all good between them and another, and or this person is pretending to be nice or caring to win them over, to lure them in, to backstab, and or to leave them hanging. All right. For some, this could be helping someone, and that person leaves them hanging, and or their issues become their issues. Could have been playing nice to get a person to come back in and help them. Either way, this person could be left with the baggage and the issues, and or the responsibility of getting it together. This person could receive help, a solution, and or the assistance to help them resolve the issues. Another scenario is it was a setup from the gate. They could have helped another person try to sneak attack them by luring or bringing them to a certain place. They could have been pretending to help a person when all along it was them causing the issues and or attacks. They was throwing rocks and hiding their hand, then coming in, lending a helping hand, smiling and pretending to like a person, and or a person could have been mad over a man or woman and was secretly attacking and causing issues for both of them. Something could have happened between them, whether it was a breakup and or a truth coming out, and this other person could have realized that that person didn't deserve it and stopped their attacks or issues. Could want to be this person's friends afterwards. Others could be deciding with Others could be dealing with issues and attacks, and a stranger could step in and defend this person and shut it down, and they could become friends. Shout out to the good people. All right. On the flip side, this is a person meets someone through a person's pet, following, chasing, playing, and or fake attacking them, and they hit it off. This could be a friend or a potential romantic partner. So, side note, whichever scenario, whatever the attack and or issue was, it didn't affect the person or not how they was expecting it to. They expected a mountain, but it was a molehill. If it was a physical fight and or if a person was jumped, this person held their own. They was not expecting an outcome, and truth be told, if they jumped if they jumped them, they needed those extra people plus some. If these issues in a tax was concerning money, they received this money plus extra in just in time, and will be sitting back comfortable. Yeah, they'll be sitting back comfortable. Okay, and if this was a spiritual attack, this person is heavily protected and favored and guarded, and they held it down until the cavalry arrived with relief. Okay, a warehouse, a parking lot, a factory, a basketball court, a construction site, an area, a loading dock, a tractor, a golf court, a ladder, a deer, a pet dog, someone nice looking, fair skin, a white woman, a field, being uneasy about trusting a person, a scalpel, a park, a springtime, refusing to chase, follow, reach out to a person, a pothole, biting at a person's ankle or pants leg, stretching out clothes, a bottled water, a 7-Eleven or gas station, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, or the fifth through the ninth, with a heavy emphasis on the seventh, the 11th, the 14th, the 24th, the 25th, 2024, February, March, May, June. A heavy emphasis on July, August, September, and or May through September. Saturday, 7:11 p.m. Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and or a Libra could be significant. Okay. Um. So Okay, so that's gonna be the part one, and part two will be over at TikTok, and then I think it's gonna be a couple of parts, right? So, um, part two gonna be over at TikTok, and I think I'll come back over here and do part three. Okay, so those of you that interested, if you want to know what else is in there, visit HRU Speaks at TikTok to get part two, and I'll be back to you to give you part three. Okay. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and if not, come on back. The next journal might be for you.